Hello, welcome to our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you as we adjust the camera and adjust our chair. As you can see, we don't spend money on ourselves, we spend it on others. We're headed towards WW3. Why are we headed towards WW3? And it appears that every president on this planet wants WW3, including ours, because he hasn't decensored me, and therefore he's not going to know who's going to launch on what. So, because I'm censored, nobody will know. So, why are we headed to WW3? Well, the satellites, which have not been turned off yet, HARP, which has not been defunded, the High Area Aurora Resolution Program, run by the University of Alaska in Anchorage. And then there's one in Thule Air Force, near Thule Air Force Base in northern Greenland, and there's one in northern Norway. And so these HARP arrays, the satellites, and the chemtrails, obviously, the 55th and 55th Air Wing out of Travis Air Force Base and the 60th Air Wing out of Omaha, Nebraska, are still pummeling us with God knows what. They go up with 4,000 gallons and spray us. Well, 4,000 gallons times 100 planes is what? 400,000 times 8, 2.4 million tons of toxic material being sprayed on us. 2,4,5-T, lead, fluoride, lithium, compounds that either make you stupid or kill you, or kill the plants. So the carrying capacity of everything is going down. The United States is now a food importing nation because every governor has conspired to destroy the farmers, including Texas. So farm production has plummeted, unlike what they tell you in the news. The Department of Agriculture lies. Hello, Lissy, come on. She wants to be heard. So food carrying capacity is plummeting. The only exporting nations for food are Australia, Canada, Australia, Canada, Argentina, Brazil, but Argentina may increase. Brazil, Canada, and Australia. No longer the United States, no longer France, no longer the Ukraine, no longer Romania. They're no longer maybe Holland, but they've been severely reduced by their queen, a walking, talking demon, according to the UN director, and the Lucifer Trust. So we have walking, talking demons decreasing the carrying capacity. England is way down. Some countries, like the Middle Eastern countries, get 98% of their food from imports. They spent all that money on gold Cadillacs, and they didn't increase their food production. It's their own greed that's going to kill them. And now the United States oil production is higher than it's ever been, and we are now displacing the Arabian nations. But we have promises to Saudi Arabia that we will continue to ship them weapons for oil. We buy their oil and resell it. We buy it for $15 a barrel. Oh, but oil's going for $60 a barrel. No, that's speculation. Like gold is going for $33.50 on the COMEX and $3,300 at Kitco. Why? Arbitrage. So the billionaires make trillions of dollars while you and I get screwed. So it appears that the carrying capacity of the earth has peaked, and there are hundreds of millions of people across the world, from the tip of Indonesia, all across India, through Pakistan, Afghanistan, all the way into Africa, into Chile, Peru, Venezuela, that are now beginning to starve to death. Even in China, they import 20% of their food. They're beginning to have starvation in China. Their economy is collapsing because nobody wants their plastic Tupperware crap anymore. So we're overloaded with crap. Anyway, so we're headed to the only thing these elites know, and that's what Lucifer said. That's what the head of the UN said. We'll have 300 years of war, like H.G. Wells said. The East has been at war with the West when he spun the rings for 312 years. Nobody knows what started the war. I'll tell you what started the war. Demons as presidents. Okay, granted, the new Polish president is pro-Trump. Granted, Romania is trying to elect a pro-Trump electorate, but Van Leyen, the demon, who lays with everybody, Van Leyen, the head of the European Union, has said we will destroy Romanian elections if they elect a pro-Trump person. And Trump's negotiating with her. You got to just squash her like a bug. The EU is a disaster. The euro is beginning to show signs of collapsing. and then the US dollar will collapse, and then we'll have a big WAR. And what will launch on America? Well, if you talk to a submarine commander, they don't know where the missiles are targeted. So the button will be pushed, and the US submarines will come to the US, and that's the end of the United States. And us. Because we've been targeted by the Pentagon, who hates the United States. And the Pentagon will miraculously be saved. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, remember, those submarines carry 24 tubes, 12 or 9 firecrackers per tube. God bless. Thank you very much. And this is brought to you by Simply Clean Food. You will need food in the coming days, and you'll need clean food because the environment's going to suck. We'll see you tomorrow.